I didn't announce this, I didn't technically promote this, I just wanted to see how many of you will show up. And today I wanted to talk about Paimon specifically, and about his energy, about his essence, about my work with Paimon, how it started, and about some of my experiences in general. So, me and Paimon started working together around 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't even remember. I was a really different person back then, and it was a really different world. Hi, LK, because you are a first viewer, just ask a question, I will answer it. This is question and answer. Everyone can ask question. Kai, Gabi, hi everyone. I'm really glad to have you here, guys. And thank you all, guys, for support. So, what are your questions? What do you want to ask? You know? And what's the thing? Thank you, guys, for being here. Uh, just ask questions in the chat, I will answer them. Like, there will be no paying or anything. I just want to talk to you guys. That's the point of this stream. So, I'm here for you. And regarding work with Paimon, when I started doing it like 7 years ago, occult community was much different. It was really a different world than now. Like Cutting was still active and he was still uploading, and you had a lot of good YouTube channels. The best one was Key of the Serpent or the Serpent's Key. Now it's a different story. But when I started working with Paimon, it was so cool. It was so full of enthusiasm and so full of cool, things. I remember when I started, we were like all together and there wasn't any drama and people kind of cooperated. You had a lot of interesting people publishing interesting books and shit of that nature. And I remember my first ritual at Paimon was I just found his name on the website. It was Linan Tasa Yedam Paimon. Do I still teach how to work with the jinn? Yes, I do. I still teach how to work with the jinn. Sekam Malegdia. What is the best way to minimize negative health effects of summoning dark entities in your experience? Paimon Agrat Lilith. So, the thing is, the best way to minimize negative experience with working Paimon Agrat Lilith is to exercise physically and to not work too much, okay? Like, you are not supposed to overwork yourself. Just understand that your capabilities of working with those entities are limited. Funk says the Serpent Key has not posted in years. I don't know where is she, what happened to her. She ended up in a mental asylum and then she came out of the asylum, but she never recovered. How much? Um, how much what? Aztec Melogbia? What are you actually referring to? Gaffy asks how to work with Lilith on the deepest possible level. My advice is work with her, merge with her. Working out is great, Primal X. Yes, I agree. The price of Jin teaching. I have like multiple options for mentoring and teaching. You can check my Patreon and become supporter of the Patreon. That's one option. Another option is to contact me on WhatsApp for consult. Option number three is to, but you seem to be from Africa and second Malekboa, so I don't know. Like I generally adapt my prices to the people, but honestly, like, I just want to answer your questions, guys. I don't want to talk about money, and I don't want to talk about anything. I just want to talk to you guys. The Serpensky made videos stating that she was under attack from Samael. Uh, I don't know. I think it was a part of her life where she kind of started to become delusional. I don't really believe that she was attacked by anything. Okay, guys, so ask me a few questions. Okay, if you wanna message me on WhatsApp. Lol, why would Archangel attack her? I am stating like that was pretty much her uh, that was pretty much her delusional stage going on, her delusional part. And guys, I would like you to share this live stream and click a like button and ask questions in the chat. I will answer absolutely every question. This is like a chilling time for you all and for me to kind of talk to each other. That's the point of the stream. Can you work with Azazel without altars? The answer is yes. I don't see why you wouldn't. Or just raise the sacred space before you call him, Griffith. Uh, and that's kind of how I should approach it. Like, raise the sacred space, call him in a sacred space, you don't need altars. Funk says, her idea was that Samael and Baphomet were the same being and they were aggressive to her. Honestly, I think that's a part of the thing where she was already starting to be delusional. I think none of that happened, Fang. Gavi says, it happens if you aren't taking care of yourself while you work with dark entities uh, at all. You can go crazy. Yeah, I agree with that. You can definitely go crazy if you don't take care of yourself and you work with those dark entities. What is my name, please? My name is Dimitri, and my phone number, if you search for it, is in the description of the stream. Uh, LYS asks, how to work with Hecate? Should I chant hymns to her? I seek knowledge. Should I work with her or Hermes? You can work with both of them. You have a really uh, good videos on Hecate on my channel. Just check Hecate playlist if you want to know more. My experience with Hecate is kind of type of an experience which is, how can we say, a deep one. You know, I didn't work with Hecate a lot, but it was a really intense experience and I enjoyed it. Okay, so Razakal89 asks, you said before that Paimon changed from the time you started working with him now. Does this mean spirit have personality and that personality keeps changing? No, what it really means is that spirits present deeper aspects of themselves to you as you continue working with them. That's really what is going on here. Spirit actually doesn't change that much. In the beginning, Paimon was more like a teacher. Now he's like adversarial teacher, and his knowledge was much darker. Nseka M. Malebogia said thank you. Thank you also for watching, Nseka. Griffith says, can we invoke beings and give them offerings while consuming it during rituals? I don't like to waste food. Yes, but it depletes the efficiency of the offering. It's more effective when you give it to the spirit as a whole. You gave me much useful information. You know me as Dava. I recommend everyone lessons from this man. So, yeah, thank you, Gabi. Please, guys, ask more questions in the chat and share this video and promote it somewhere. Like, this is pretty much my time to talk to you. What is my opinion on Reiki? So, my opinion on Reiki is it kind of works, but a lot of people who claim to be Reiki masters are not actually masters, and I am doubtful of many experts on Reiki, quote unquote, out here. You all who follow this channel for longer know that I had a relationship with Reiki Master Ian Ferguson. He showed me some of the Reiki and I benefited, so okay. And I think Reiki is legit, but honestly, a lot of people are scammers in that field. But that can be also said for any spiritual field. Any spiritual field is dominated by scammers. What do you think about blood offerings? Griffith asks. So, Griffith, I think blood offerings are a form of energy transfer. So, you know, when you work with spirits, you have to exchange energy with them. And one of the most effective ways to do that exchange is pretty much blood offerings. Okay. And I think we should give them, as long as we are giving them respectfully. Nseka Malembogwa, can you work with Jinn without working with Paimon? Yes, you can. I see no problem in that. Heavenly Demon asks, what is your opinion of seeing spiders in dreams when you work with Goetia? So there is an entity known as Sephiroths, which usually sends spiders on, so it could be possible that Sephiroth is trying to reach you out, Heavenly Demon. That's the only instance when I personally saw spiders and spider-like spirits. And Sephiroth is, by the way, a really hard spirit to work with. So the next question we have from Lee K. Is it good idea to give offerings to Hecate or Lilith on a daily basis, even when you are not summoning them, simply to show respect? Yes, it is a good idea. I recommend giving offerings as long as you know how to give them. The important thing about working with spirits is when you give offerings to them, you kind of have to summon them beforehand. So I would advise people who want to give offerings to spirits to summon them first. What you can tell us about your experience with Sufi sorcery? Uh, Liliana asks. So Liliana, essentially, I would ask. My experience with Sufi sorcery is really positive. It's pretty much based about the names of Allah, about 99 names of Allah. Each name has its own energy, and you pretty much work with them, use them as chants, and utilize them to call spirits. That is pretty much the point of Sufi sorcery. So I had a really great experience with that. I really enjoyed it. I benefited by using it, and it was for me profound experience. So through using Sufi sorcery, I managed to master the name of Allah, Ad-Dar, and use that name to call the jinns for destructive purposes. I had really traumatic experiences and powerful experiences with that. I got really broken down. But if you want powerful experience, if you want great experience, if you want really transformative and deep experience with magic, you can use the names of Allah and the Sufi techniques, definitely. I recommend them. Fanati Comdu 13 says, hi, May. Hi, man. Hi, Fanati. We are glad to have you here. You live in France? Nsekam Malebogia asks, yes, I currently live in France. Razekal89 asks, is it possible to do astral projection and find out new spirits and realms? Definitely, definitely. LK asks, what is the best incantation to use prior to falling asleep in order to call Lilith in your dreams? The best incantation to do that is Ha Lilith Ama Ha Shadim. Fanat Comdu 13 asks, what does it mean when I am focused on the energies penetrating my aura in invocation? I have the end of my spine doing current sensations and it goes up to the head, big chills. It means that your kundalini is kinda trying to go up. It's a really good sign, and you are doing a good job with that. Just be careful because kundalini is a dangerous force. Okay. Fang asks, as I understand, once someone offers blood to a specific spirit, doing that makes a permanent connection to that spirit and they watch you forever. Do you agree? I don't agree. You can reverse the blood offering without a lot of complication. I don't agree with this statement, Fang. It's really good that you asked. What is the name of Allah to use if someone wants to work with Hecate? Al-Mumit is the name, by the way, but you can use only a lot of different names. If you are a beginner, I honestly recommend the name Al-Rahman, the merciful one or the forgiving one. This is name which will call kind of a really peaceful and benevolent form of the spirit you are trying to call. Don't go hardcore at the first try. LK says, thanks Legion, thank you LK. Hannah says, what are your thoughts on psychedelics? So my thoughts on psychedelics are they are useful, but people abuse them. People don't understand the damaging effects it can have on the brain. And my take on the matter is that pretty much psychedelics are useful and they can give you a lot of spiritual experience, but you shouldn't use them too often. You will damage your system. Okay. Naseka says, my surname is hard for you. Just call me Naseka, please. Okay, Naseka. I will just call it Naseka if you wanna. Cool. Fanatic Condu 13 asks, Ockman, yeah, I will try not to do that every time. Okay. Heavenly Demon asks, is it normal to find entities in your home when you are in astral realm? Yes, it is normal. I found someone living in my roommate's room and they looked exactly like a friend of mine in real life, but it wasn't him. I saw all kinds of weird shit in my room when I soul traveled. Trust me. You have spirits living with you. They are called resident spirits. And they are pretty much beneficial to you. They are spirits which live around you, and if you give them offerings, they can help you in your magic. We have spirits around us all the time, and they are not malevolent to us. Okay. What spirit is best for activating psychic abilities? It depends. I can only say that from my personal experience, Paimon was the best. But you need to understand that if you want to work with those spirits, you have to open yourself, and different people are opened easier by different spirits. But for me, it was Paimon. Okay. Okay. Spirits to master arithmetics and geometry. This is out of context, but I'm kinda suffering. Paimon, brother. Paimon. For any form of school, basic education, Paimon. You will not have any issues. Heavenly Demon says, thank you for wisdom, bro. So, I would want you guys to ask me more questions here in the stream, because this is question and answer. We kinda ran out of questions. So until you ask some questions in the stream, people, I want to tell you a story. So when I was about 3 years into this, okay, so we have a new question. Hi, what steps do you recommend to be able to channel custom incantations for spirits? Thank you beforehand. So pretty much there is one way you can do that, and that is you invoke spirit, and you invoke the spirit really intensely to the point that you really feel it in your body, and then you relax and close your eyes and focus on the energy of the spirit and let spirit talk through your mouth. Just let the energy flow through you, and you will start speaking intuitively and channeling intuitively. But invocation needs to be really intense. You will not succeed first few times, but over time you will succeed. It will take you some effort, but don't worry. Okay? Griffin says, like the stream, motherfuckers. Yeah, like the stream, motherfuckers, if you can. Nasek asks, have you worked with all qliphothic spheres? Yes, I did, and there is something about qliphothic spheres I have to say. So, if you really want to work with the qliphot, I think the most important thing to understand is that you pretty much have to understand that those are energies. Those are not worlds. When you are working with a qliphothic sphere, you are elevating your energy to a certain level and you are attuning yourself to certain demons. I don't necessarily think that Clifford accurately describes demonic realms. Okay? How to find out the most powerful sorcerers in the world? Where are they living? Do you have any information about it? So I will say my honest opinion, and my honest opinion is we are ruled by the most powerful sorcerers in the world. They run our governments, our banks, and our civilization pretty much. And we cannot know where they live because they obviously conceal themselves. But we are ruled by people who definitely practice magic. Occult symbolism is everywhere. Correspondences are everywhere. Uh, Shit is everywhere. I am really sorry that those people are using magic for malevolent means. I think we would master and prosper much more as a civilization if people who had the knowledge simply use it for the benefit of others instead of simply exploitation. Ganesh Singapayal asks, have you ever worked with the Hindu god Hanuman? Yes, I did. A really cool deity to work with, a really uplifting, a really cheerful, a really benevolent, a really good at banishing things. I deeply appreciate Hanuman, and I think he's amazing. What is the Gavi asks, what is the entity that helps with breaking mental blocks the best for you in general? To me, it is Hindu goddess Kali. When I merge with her, my chakras kinda open and I have much better time meditating and having a badass spiritual experience. Why a man prevented me from astral traveling? He was panicking and told me to regain my body. Is he my spiritual guide? He told me that I am not ready yet. What do you think? Was it a man, a physical man who approached you, or somebody who approached you during astral travel? I don't understand the first context here, Lillian. Like, explain a little bit more of a situation. Ganesh Singapayal. I am struggling with meditation, so which demon is worked with for deeper meditation, chakras, and Kundalini activation? Because you are kind of at the beginning stages, I would recommend Paimon. I would really recommend Paimon. Yeah, and for astral senses are also Paimon. Who is the most powerful spirit I ever invoked? Definitely Ahriman. Ahriman is the most powerful. Obsidian Sun said greetings. Greetings, Obsidian Sun. Someone who approached me. He was wearing a suit and looked human. I suppose you are talking about your astral travel. So if a spirit tells you in your astral travel attempt that you shouldn't astral travel, I think you should meditate more and work on the chakras more, and then you will soul travel spontaneously once you are ready. The dragon god of the earth is also good for meditation. I suppose that you are referring to Belial. Okay, Belial is also good for meditation. Uh, his name is Grail. Okay, that could be some of your spiritual channel. That's cool. Ezekiel 89 asks, is Ahriman more powerful than Ahura Mazda? I think they are equally powerful. Ahriman is the destructive side of the universe, Ahura Mazda is creative side of the universe. I think they are equals. But fundamentally, from a logical perspective, destruction can destroy only if it has something to destroy. So, from a logical standpoint, Ahura Mazda should be a little bit stronger than Ahriman. But they are more or less equal. Okay. To press the like button on your phone, hit the triple dot top right and the menu will show up. Thank you MK Digital for helping people to press the like button. Okay. Is Ahriman related to Shiva? They are essentially a way in which two different cultures saw the same principle. They are the same energy in two different cultures. Can you perform powerful magic entirely on your own, or do you need to call upon power of entity? You can do it on your own, you can call entities, it's a matter of the choice. Please, do you know the best advice, money magic practically? To create a pact with spirits and to be hardworking individual and responsible with money. Those are pretty much two things. You need to be practical. It doesn't matter that you work with spirits. Certain basic laws of practicality have to be applied. Uh, like on his malevolent side. I don't know what you're talking about, Griffith. Is Ahura Mazda the same as Most High and Allah? My advice, is he the same? My answer is yeah, the same energy, but there are differences. Thoughts on channeled, not named spirit? Is it a bunch of bullshit? Is it aspects of entities, tricksters, or actual spirits? It depends on who is channeling, okay? And it depends on how the channeling is done. Is Yahweh source? It's a complicated question. I would say yes and no. Depends on your perspective. But I don't see Yahweh as an entity. I see it as an anagram or methodology for reaching a source. So I think people who talk to their personal Yahweh are pretty much delusional, and Yahweh thinks whatever they want to think. But indeed, what I really think is that Yahweh doesn't exist as an entity, he exists like as an anagram for reaching the source. If Ahriman and Shiva are the same, then why doesn't Ahriman have positive side like Shiva? Because pretty much what Zoroastrians did is they observe all positive energy as Ahura Mazda and all negative energy as Ahriman. So when you are calling Ahriman, you are calling exclusively negative energy. That's how Zoroastrian system work. Can you talk about your experience with Melek Taus, if he the same as Azazel? So Melek Taus has a really strong angelic energy. He is really angelic spirit. In my experience, he is not the same as Azazel. Azazel has a lot of genic components. Melek Taus is 100% angelic. So they are kind of separate energies. There is a connection between them, but the energies are separate. Okay, we kind of run out of questions. Please ask some new questions, guys. We really want to answer your questions now. Azazel and Iblis are the same, the two aspects of the same individual, yes, is the same, 100%. Actually, Azazel will shift into Iblis and Iblis will shift into Azazel. Razak89 asks, are Ahura Mazda and Ahriman actual beings, or are they concepts created by Zoroastrianism? They are pretty much something between beings and something between energies. They are like, Ahura Mazda is pure positive energy, Ahriman is pure negative energy. Because Zoroastrians strictly divided the world, and to them it's dualistic. Concerning the familiar spirit that was gifted to me from Abaddon through you, is it advisable to make the request to the familiar daily, weekly, or monthly? Make as many requests as you can handle. There is no any specific limitation. I am initiated by Lucifer. Can you ask, please? I am not channeling or answering channeled questions. This is just for people to ask questions in the chat. I am never ever doing channeled live stream anymore because it's too draining. What are your thoughts on Raziel? I heard he's the best spirit to open up astral senses. Okay, Raziel and Cassiel are really good spirits to work with. You can work with angels as a black magician. Everyone who tell you you can't is kind of pushing his own dogma. You can work with Raziel, He's cool as fuck, just raise the sacred space beforehand. Is Ahriman the same as Satan of Christianity and Samael of Judaism? No. Ahriman is a concept which doesn't exist in those two religions. Zoroastrianism is unique in many ways. And when you do Zoroastrian stuff, you kind of have to do it separately from anything else. Only the darker forms of Hinduism or demon magic come into probability when you work with Zoroastrian stuff. You should be really careful when you approach Zoroastrian spirits and think they are the same as Judaic ones. How to maintain balance between demons and angels? You need to work with them equally. Okay. Scott Lee Hamilton asks, do you see most gods as possibly egregores of people who were once mortal beings? Some of the gods are definitely egregores of previous mortals, but majority of them are not. From my experience, majority of the gods predate us, or they are manifestations of the energies which predate us, with a little bit of human tapering. Can you explain why Zoroastrianism is unique? Well, in my opinion, Zoroastrianism is unique because they divide all positive and negative energy, name them as gods, and put them against each other. No other religion does it. That's why Zoroastrianism is unique. Yuichi Sunbather asks, does you have an experience where the spirit put you out of body and wild energy ran through your system? Yes, I have that experience. It's one of the craziest things I have ever experienced. I experienced it with Hindu spirit Pishacha Mayalkan, and it was crazy as fuck. Do you have an experience where spirit... Okay, Marina Brabanger said that all pagan gods are thought forms. Do you agree? No, I don't. I don't agree with bunch of occultists. I simply don't have time to argue, and I don't think there is a point in arguing. Should you work with one demon spirit at a time until you master working with them? I think that's the best thing if you are a beginner, honestly. Yeah, you should if you are a beginner, from my experience. Yes, Razaka, I am confused as well. Confused about what? I will answer the question. LK says, technical question. Is it possible to confine spirit activity to only one room of residence so that pets and family are not bothered by spirits or paranormal activity? Yes. Yes, it's really possible. I do that and it's not a problem at all. What are similarities between Hinduism and Zoroastrianism and what are differences? So the similarities are that both religions treat spiritual development scientifically. They told you exactly how to call certain spirits and call them and meet them. It's not based on faith, it's based on technology. That's what is similar between the two religions. The difference is that Hinduism is mostly monistic and Zoroastrianism is mostly dualistic. That's the difference. What are the similarities and differences between Hinduism and Zoroastrianism? I answered that. I think we summon small pieces of them, and our brain personifies them so we could understand them. Yeah, you can definitely observe it that way. You can. Are there practicing Zoroastrian occultists just like practicing Hindu tantrics? You cannot be Zoroastrian priest without being an occultist. That's the nature of Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism is really a magical religion. Magi is the name of the priests of Zoroastrianism, and all of them practiced some form of what we would call magic. However, their magic followed a really strict etiquette. So in that sense, yeah, there are Zoroastrian occultists. General Mosquito Spray said, hi Dimitri, hi General Mosquito Spray. Can you explain, in your opinion, the details and steps for path working with spirit? Like, you just have to open up your astral senses, call the spirit, make a deal, and you work with the spirit until the deal is completed. That's pretty much every path working ever. Are the Kimbanda Ehus the same as the Goetia counterparts, in your opinion? Regards from Asia. Following you for a long while, Wei Chan asks. So, I am not really familiar with Kimbanda, but some of the spirits in Kimbanda are definitely demons from Goetia. But I have to be more familiar with the system in order to speak with competence on Kimbanda. Okay? Does Lilith come in some green color form and give you something from hand? And when you take that, I had lucid dream. It was like literal shift in the dream. Lilith came as green energy. Uh, can you like explain me the entire dream? I will tell you who it was. I am kinda certain that it wasn't necessarily Lilith. Uh, Is Zoroaster the same as Jesus? No, they are two different individuals. Hello, unexpected streaming. Yeah, hello, thank you for watching us, Maria, and supporting us. What is your favorite demon besides Lilith? I honestly don't have a favorite demon anymore. I have pacts. Okay, I have pacts and I work with my spirits. Best spirit or deity to work for healing. Marbas, for sure. So Maria and I had a really good experience with healing recently. She's here in the chat, and Marbas was involved. Have you seen Jesus? Yes, I have, but I wasn't necessarily willing to follow his teachings, despite the fact that I have seen him. Yeah, Anna, lol. Sorry, Anna. I will call you Anna from now on, I apologize. Me too, Nseka says. Thank you, Nseka. Ask more questions in the chat, guys. I really wanna answer your questions. Do you still pray to Jesus? Sometimes. Yes, I do. Will Ahura Mazda bless us if we have kindness and compassion for all living beings and live pure life? Yes. And if you wanna connect to Ahura Mazda, simply raise the sacred space using the ball, the light ball, and work on your chakras and then chant the names of Ahura Mazda you can find on the internet and you will make contact. Okay? General mosquito spray. I read that ancient genuine works well with children and elderly. Is that accurate? Kinda yes. That's correct. Ancient is cool, but if you fuck up Ancient will ruin you more than any other queen of hell. Diamond Doll says, yes, Marbast helped me with my anxiety, panic attacks, and adapting my body to dark energy. Amazing results. Yeah, that's what he is pretty much for. And it was like there was leaves on her body. It was not clear. That's why I am saying green. And after I take it from hand, that entity turned into Middle Eastern looking woman. Honestly, I have a strong suspicion, Richie, that you have actually met or worked with some form of earth goddess / Gaia or Kibela. I don't think it was Lilith. Best spirit to publish animal abusers. You know, if you wanna punish and fuck up somebody, quickly call Kali or Iblis or Lilith. LK says, what incantation you use to summon Marbas? You have two. Ha Marbas Kashadim is one. Marbas Atairanku Yananisuyan is another, right? Hell asks, hi, I am new here. Can you recommend here ways to deal with side effects of absorbing too much energy from others? Okay, work with some spirit related to the sun and exercise a lot and take cold showers. A lot of exercise, work with sun spirits, cold showers, and work with sun energy. That's the advice. Why is Himalayas considered to be sacred? Because it has a strong, powerful natural energy there, and one really large religion attributes sacred significance to that mountains. Is Asia the same as Aisha Kadisha, or is it just synchronized? It's pretty much the same. Yeah, because the Asia genuine is brought in by the North Africa Jews into Kabbalistic cosmology, and Aisha Kadisha is the North African spirit from the North African folklore, so it is pretty much the same. Carla Ortega says, I have a question. Why Archangel Raphael couldn't help me to recover from illness in 1 year of working, but came pure and healed me in 1 month? Because different spirits work differently for different people, that's why. You probably are much more resonant with demons than with angels. Okay. When you work and get closer to Lilith, is it natural to meet and get closer to people that are closer with her? Yes, that is really natural. What does Atairankuyan means? Marbas Atairankuyan and Isuyan means Marbas, I bow to you, I want to merge with you. That's the meaning. How to find practicing Zoroastrian magicians. They all live in India pretty much and work as Zoroastrian priests. Have you worked with the Jinn goddess or Jinn god before? Yes, I work with Jinn spirits for years. I'm kinda competent on the subject. So, yeah. Ask more questions, guys. Like, we kind of have a nice company here. Okay, there's 26 of you guys. You missed me, bro? What you asked? Stu Henry. Yeah, I kind of missed you. Why do Zoroastrian priests live in India and not Iran? I thought they are in Iran because when Arabs conquered India and converted it to Islam, they massacred all of the Zoroastrian priests. And so the Zoroastrian king and the priesthood migrated to India, and some of them remained in India still with a small population. Hey Stu, hey JD, what's up? Hey, what's up? So yeah, I'm here to answer all of your questions, guys. And yeah, Zoroastrian is a very, very small community, like less than 50,000 people live in India. There is like 100,000 people of Zoroastrians in the world, not just 50,000. Will you explain your perspective and the difference between abyss and the void in Qliphothic cosmology? So, the difference is abyss is pretty much a level of Qliphothic energy. Abyss, but the void is like the left side of God. That is the difference. Yeah. Why do you use names of God, and do you think they are related to Yahweh? What's Samael relationship with Yahweh? So Yahweh doesn't exist as an entity. Everyone who claims it does is delusional. According to Judaism, Yahweh is clearly a collective field, a source of all creation, and the Tetragrammaton is the name to reach that source. It's not an entity like Paimon or Belial or Moloch. It's a source of all creation, right? So that entire question was, in my opinion, based on the wrong premise. Samael is the creation of the source. See Yahweh only as a 4 letters people use to connect to the source. It's not an entity, okay? I want to make it clear. Okay? Look above my question is there. So, can you just retype your question? Because there are so many questions. I really like, it's difficult to scroll up. Okay. Is the Nightmare Ranger Layla aspect of Lilith? No, it's not. They are separate spirits.
I only visited Zoroastrian temple once, and I live in a big city. Oh, that's cool. How it was, how it was. Tell me how it was, man. Maybe I can even have an interview with you, Griffith, about that Zoroastrian temple visit. It's so cool. Do you have John chant? So pretty much the chant is you raise the sacred space, and then you say over and over again, by the power of Allah, I call you John, the father of the jinn. But the thing is, my advice for that is, please, don't call the John until you master the names of Allah. Okay? What's up, JD? Thank you, X. From the light of the darkness, JD Temple 444. Hi, X. How to go beyond duality of positivity and negativity. I mean, you spiritually elevate yourself until you kind of reach that point. There is no like a short path to that. What are the names of God more related to source? All of the names are equally related. They simply essentially embody certain energies of the Godhead. So different people use different names, but they are all related to the same thing. Did God kill Samael and Lilith's firstborn son and made him unable to copulate again? Okay, that's I don't know how to start answering this question. But do you understand that the story is a metaphor? That angels don't have dicks and demons don't have vaginas, therefore angels cannot be castrated. It's a metaphor, it's all a metaphor, and it's a really complex metaphor to debunk. But essentially, what it really means is that warrior impulse and promiscuity cannot produce anything unless they are guided by extremely chaotic force. And that's essentially the meaning of the metaphor. Like, it describes interaction between those two energies. What do you think about the translation of the Yazidi al-Yihwa? I honestly don't think it has anything to do with the Yazidi. I think it's essentially fan fiction of some motherfucker. Are you free after stream? I want to talk to you about something when it finishes. If you want to talk about something when it finishes with me, yeah, I will be free after stream. I mean, the reason why I did the stream was because I finished all of the work I had to do for people, and so I wanted to talk to you guys. Griffith is 20 years old. Thank you, Griffith, for being so honest with us. Thank you guys for talking in the chat, bro. Razaka says, cool. Okay. So ask more questions here in the chat. Advaita Vedanta in Hinduism is centered on going beyond duality. Yeah. Okay, guys. Ask more questions in the chat. I am willing to answer. Where's your question? Type it now, Stu Henry, bro. Like now, I will not miss you. LK says, please can you describe all the offices of Lilith? She has so many offices. Really, and essentially, it's difficult to list them all. But the main office is Mother of all Demons. What is your experience with Metatron? Really powerful spirit, really good spirit if you want to learn stuff. Amazing entity. Coronzon is seemingly attacking myself and my friend group. Any advice on how to process? Call Samael and do heavy banishing and binding. I don't believe it's Coronzon. I believe it's some strong imposter. What are your thoughts on the great work How to achieve it with Jinn magic? Thanks for your answer. Uh, just work with the Jinn a lot beside your path, and you will complete the work. It can be completed with any magic, with any spirituality. What are your experiences with the Zazel? A really good spirit, especially for dark magicians. Excellent teacher, excellent guy, brilliant spirit. I have typed voice already. Look above, please. Okay, I am looking for Stu Henry's question. Okay, like I am searching for your question, Miss Henry, and scrolling the fuck out. I don't know. I am like scrolling up. I'm scrolling up and I cannot find your questions too, Henry. Like I will go up a little bit more if I don't find it. Fuck it. There is a lot of people, a lot of questions. I am really sorry. Like I am not finding Jesus. Can somebody like find Stu Henry's question so I can answer it? I scrolled through everything, I can't find it. Like, yeah. Okay, like I really want to answer Stu Henry's question. Can somebody like okay. I am like okay. Some while ago, one of my friends had an entity attached and was sleeping 40 hours a day and constantly tired. I did banishing and cleansing. In that night, some light green female energy came in my dream and bite me. Any idea who it was? It was probably the entity messing with the friend of yours. Okay. Marina Ravenberg says he worked directly with God. How is it possible? I think I don't want to go because it would look like me dissing Marino Ravenberg. But he definitely interacted with source energy. I simply don't think it was a direct interaction. Okay? Do you think that there is demiurge? Is Allah the source? Yes, it is, but the way people talk about it is their own delusion. Like, source doesn't speak to you as a voice in your head, right? Source is something much bigger. Okay, so let me, okay, love your name. So we can say Samael is the most powerful deity except God. In my experience, all deities are equally powerful. I love you. Okay, okay. Lilith is an amazing spirit when you merge with her, along with other things. Merge also with very nature of demons. Is it true? I read it somewhere. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I figured it out. Whereas okay, now it's about Stu Henry's question. Third time's the charm. Retype it. Now I am curious. Have you felt like your spine is physically burning when you call the Jinn? Yes. Before Griffith said thanks, Gavi. Thank you, guys. Okay. Is it possible to work directly with Source when you go through all the spirits? No. Like, look, can you type it here in the chat to Henry right now? Because, like, I cannot see your question above. There is so many other questions. If somebody has seen Stu Henry's question, please tell me, guys. Can you explain the demiurge? I don't think the demiurge exists. I think it's simply certain people don't liking physical universe and then claiming that whoever created physical universe is a demiurge. I don't think it's a thing. I don't think demiurge exists. That's my opinion. Will love. If you make more yantras on deities, get good results with Belial's yantra. Yes, I am currently making it. Satanic blessings to everyone. I am learning and have a long way to go. I have questions about rituals, prayers, and more how best to start myself. Any help advice? Start working with the chakras and raising the sacred space using the black sun method. Visualize the black sun above your head radiating the rays. Then visualize those black rays radiating from that little black sun, penetrating the edges of the sacred space you are sitting in, of the circle you are sitting in. Once you feel the rays radiating from the edges of the circle, then pretty much, you know, work with that. Work with sacred space. So we only see him and he will ask again. Okay. My friend who practices Reiki told me that his higher self told Jesus Christ is the most powerful being other than the source. I am not going to go into this argument, seriously. Uh, I think all spirits are equally powerful. All gods are equally powerful. Stu Henry, can you send me a message on WhatsApp and I will answer you? For some reason, I don't see your question. I see just you asking it, I don't see your question. For some reason, it's not coming through. I really want to answer the question. If everyone else sees the question, you can tell me what the question is. I want to answer. You have my numbers to Henry. Just message me, bro. Do you talk to your higher self? I don't think higher self, shadow self, alien self, I don't think it's a thing. I think you have your energy, and all of those selves are just like people trying to feel special. You have just your energy. In the past, I believed that I talked to my shadow self or my higher self or blah 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 blah, but WhatsApp number is WhatsApp number. You have my number, bro. WhatsApp number is +33751260386. So let me okay. See my question. Two. I think I answered your question. Can you retype it? Cause I don't know, I possibly missed the question. There is a lot of questions. I kinda missed one or two people. Okay. So I need to okay, I wanna, but how I can go into settings right now? Are the Zoroastrian priests who work with Ariman or there any working with the Hura Mazda? They work with both, but I need to go into settings. Okay. I need to go into settings and I need to see those questions. Okay, top chat. Okay, so I am on the phone, guys. So the thing is, I don't know how to go into settings during the stream because I am on the phone, and so I cannot see some questions. It looks like, and I think that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. But pretty much, guys, we were there for an hour. A lot of people kind of came here. I'm really satisfied. because I fucked up here with the settings and shit. I need to resolve it. I need to go now. But thank you all guys for showing up. You know, thank you all guys for being here, and we will see each other soon. Thank you for attending the surprise stream. I plan to have more of those surprise streams in the future. Thank you guys.